blue.
Okay, McQuack22 on the chat. Thank you for joining us, McQuack. I'm still trying to get into the room. You're gonna hear us like 5 minutes later. Trust me, dude.
All right, let's see if it'll actually work.
Holy shit! Holy shit! Okay.
Okay, back to Squid Jump. Holy
So, yeah,
shit!
post
I'm
that
actually
picture.
on here.
What?
Holy shit! I'm actually on Turf War.
Told you!
Immediately loaded. That is amazing. It only took an hour of them dicking around to get the servers to work, and now the game works for everybody.
It's like the
Ooh,
it's
I'm
like
on
the
green
monkeys in the
team.
monolith. They finally figure out how the monolith works. It's like now I feel bad for making all those jokes earlier. I guess they're going by some other arbitrary time period because if they said 3 to 4 and it's working right now.
I think they extended it, although it'd be nice if Nintendo officially posted a thing, but I think they're keeping it secret because they're sitting there going like, okay, if we announce this, a whole crap ton of other people are going to join in and it's going to be problematic. Miguel's Team Yellow! Go Team Yellow!
It's more like team like green yellow, but
It's yellowish. It's yellow enough. My bad vision sees it as yellow.
see what Nintendo America has, if they even said anything, because if they, no, they haven't said anything though. See, I think you're right. I think they're trying to keep it kind of on the DL for at the moment.
Ah! I got splatted.
Yeah, that roller is OP as all hell.
Just because it covers so much surface area?
But not only that, it's like all you need to do is just run past people and you can kill them as well.
Oh, well that's kind of unfair.
Well, you like for example, you have like that sharpshooter weapon.
Mm-hmm.
You can sharpshoot them from like far away.
So if you essentially playing as a sniper.
Yeah.
So you can play bumper cars, you can play sniper.
Yeah. Like I would assume the roller type is basically like your heavy is like the heavy type.
Yeah.
Hey, we got 4 viewers in.
Yay! Well, because we're actually playing.
Yeah.
I think people are just like, oh my gosh, someone's actually playing this.
Let's see. Well, other than Mr. McQuack, I think it's like 3 other people. Maybe one is an anon, but thanks for everybody for coming in today, especially at this much of a, in this weird time, because it's like, I know it's weird and all, but hey.
Yeah, it's not our fault.
Ah!
Yeah.
Blame Nintendo for odd choices.
Come on, connect already!
Game.
Splatoon.
Yeah, so it looks like some people are still having problems. We just got lucky.
Oh no, I just found that picture right now.
Our team
This
won!
was done like about 5 minutes. This was done like 20 minutes ago.
Hmm.
And it's done in the style of the Splatoon poster.
Oh, nice.
Battle again? Yeah! Of course I'm gonna battle
Yeah,
again.
battle again.
Now that I am in, I'm gonna keep playing until they get
Yeah,
me
you
out.
keep playing until they shut down the servers.
Yeah.
You take that shit.
I'm
you own that
playing.
shit and
I
you
am
run with that
playing
shit.
with nothing but almost Japanese players.
Huh.
Well, Japanese players are awesome in my books. I've played other games of Japanese players, and they're usually pretty chill.
Yep.
In fact,
Cool.
the old saying was, if you ever played Final Fantasy XI, is that you go to the servers where the Japanese players hang out, because they will just help you out.
Team
Like,
Orange
they don't
versus
know
Team
English particularly
Turquoise.
well, but if they see your character and they see you're loaded up with like crappy stuff, it's like, oh, here's like extra gear, go and load up, because we're We're just full of bank here.
Same thing with Fantasy Star Online. You'd be surprised how many Japanese players. Japanese are like, here, take this weapon, take this, and this.
Yeah.
And it's like, vaya con Dios, but like, because we don't speak the language, but hopefully this will get you at least good enough so you can, like, you know, hang out with us.
And I dig people who, regardless of wherever they're from, trying to talk.
Ah, great. I got splatted on.
I like the cool part of like, hey, I'm an advanced player, and here's some spare junk I had, and or you know, oh, here's some resources that'll really help you out early on, or gold or whatever. Because I mean, like that's how I was capable of getting pretty decently far and you know progress well in World of Warcraft, because I had friends who were all like max level characters, and like, oh, here's like 300 gold. It's more money than you'll need.
Yeah.
Like, oh, thanks, guys. Yeah, any items you want to buy, just buy them. Any reagents, any crafting you want to master, yeah, just do it. I'm like, that's really cool of you guys, thanks. They're like, yeah, we want to try to keep you in the game. Just make sure to join our guild when you have the chance. Like, yeah, will do.
Snipe that motherfucker!
Take him down!
Like, make sure that motherfucker... Make sure that roller does not come back to life. There you go, good man. Keep at it. You got this. You're an animal.
Almost everybody on the opposing team has rollers.
Oh,
they know how OP it is.
They're very much taking out the. It's basically turning into who can cover the most territory the fastest.
Well, that's what the game is.
Cool, honestly, but it almost feels like everyone's just kind of rolling around and everyone's just gonna use one weapon.
But then again, too, it's like I think that, like that there's a flaw in that strategy where it's like you can just go around and like if
the fuck is happening to your screen? Oh, you're switching. You're dead. So you're switching views. Okay, this just looks really disorienting and kind of nauseating. Because it keeps flickering like that.
Sorry. Yeah, if they say, by the way, we picked the wrong hour, it's like, oh my god, really?
If they just announce like, oh, we're sorry to anyone who came in at 3 o'clock. The game was meant to start at 4. Then it's just.
Well, I think it was 3 PT. I would assume it was 3
but
Pacific
PT doesn't
time.
exist anymore.
I thought it was 3 Pacific time.
Oh, I just got that. Damn it, Ramsey.
Oh. Ramses. Oh, Ramses. You sly W.
I'm surprised it took you that, guys. I'm surprised it took you that long. It was like PT doesn't exist anymore.
I'm like, oh, because we're not doing daylight savings. What are you talking about?
No, PT as in like Hideo Kojima's last hurrah.
At least Guillermo del Toro said, "Oh no, Kojima, I'm out."
Yeah, this is as predicted.
Oh no! I fell off the edge.
No. No, I just saw you die.
Let's see, I guess they fixed the problems and extended the test because I'm getting matches now. It works fine. So it seems that everybody's still starting into matches. So, and universally, everybody's like, "Yeah, this game's fucking awesome." I'm like, "Yes, thank you. Thank you for validating my hype for this game."
is so cool. And the funny thing is, this was like, oh, it'll be a quick little hour-long video and we'll be done. And now that everyone's allowed to play, we're actually going quite a bit longer than an hour.
I wish that was a little bit more interesting, but like this game is actually, like I said, it's like, damn, this game just is like actually one of the better looking Wii U games out there.
The funny thing is, we had all this snarky stuff to say, and now that the game's actually playing, we're just like, oh, just watch the game play, folks.
Yeah, the game's
well, not
fun.
just that, it's like, what?
The game is fun.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. The game's fun. That's good news. I mean, if this game was any other, if this game was like any other game, like if this was like another Call of Duty, I think I'd be like a little bit more judgmental about it. But this is something new and unique, and everybody seems to be liking this.
Well, Nintendo tends to know what they're doing.
Yeah,
and they know what people are not feeling, and people aren't feeling all the Call of Duty gray and brown shooter clones. People are tired of it, and they're like, hey, we'll offer you an alternative.
The alternative is actually pretty good.
Yeah.
But like I said, like you don't have to necessarily be like you don't necessarily have to kill anybody to like get any wins. You can, as long as you got like some amazing OCD, you can actually you be a master at this.
Yeah, I'm noticing that the way there's a lot of areas that just so thoroughly covered.
Of course, I'm not gonna get out to choose a different weapon now that I'm in. I've already said that once before, but I'm just reiterating it again. And so far, the team I've been joining with, we've been, we've always have a victory. So far. Ink the most turf to win. Walleye Warehouse. Ooh, we're purple team now. Purple versus green. Or lime.
I like how your color keeps changing up and you're not stuck with the same team the entire time. Or maybe you're with the same team, but I mean not the same color the entire time. I just kind of like that. It's kind of nice. Also, it seems to be going pretty quick. I mean, matches don't take that long, and so if you just want to do like 1 or 2 quick matches when you have some free time, you can do that. It's one of those pick up and play, and kind of move on kind of thing.
Yeah, but I've been hearing that the main game, the
Campaign mode?
The campaign is actually like criminally short.
Well, this doesn't seem like it seems like there's only so much you could do with the campaign for a game like this. It's not like you could make a really in-depth story for the world of Splatoon. I mean, maybe that's just me being a non-believer, but I'm like, there's certain things that lend themselves to being created into really good storylines. But sometimes it's just like, hey, let's paint stuff. Okay.
Apparently, what this all is basically like there's like squids, and then there's what was it? Squids, and then there's also like, oh my god, what was it? It's not a squid.
Octopus?
Yeah, it's just squid versus octopus. That's what it is.
Oh wow, this team is actually taking us down completely.
If it wasn't a challenge, it wouldn't be fun.
Wow, well, this is actually the first one I've lost while playing the game. Huh. That was a very good team.
Yeah, they're just covering everything when I'm watching the little timer thing here go down and just seeing.
You also need to get strong with this one.
I'm the only one who thinks it should be like blue painter's tape there at the end when it does the whole game thing.
Yeah, that's probably what it is. Technically, painter's tape.
I know it's supposed to be painter's tape, but I'm always so used to seeing the blue painter's tape. That's what my family always used. I know then it would show bias towards the blue team or whatever. So are there other modes, or is there just the turf war mode?
Right now, it's just turf war mode.
Searching for one more person. Come on, other person. Hurry up.
There we go.
Yeah. I feel bad because I'm sure Mr. Quack posted that stuff like an hour ago, and I'm just reading the things now.
Oh no, it's actually kind of recent.
Okay, so yeah, I'm glad to know that it's working for everybody. That's puts me in a happy mood.
Yeah, I'm sorry to think too. It's like what ended up happening was like I guess someone messed up on the time. They're like, wait, who? Joke's over. Sorry.
I'm wondering if there's some sort of screw up because of like the time change or whatever. Like they just didn't incorporate that into something.
Yeah, that was a joke, but like fucked up on the joke.
Yeah, no worries.
But again, when haven't I not fucked up on the joke?
Yeah, you've had a few that pulled off. That PT joke was actually really good. It's just like my brain was so not thinking about that, and then like oh, I got that. I have to figure out what to do. Because this isn't even necessarily like, at least for this mode, it doesn't look like it's necessarily even controlling enemy territory. If you just have the neutral territory heavily covered, you'll win.
Yeah, pretty much.
So yeah, you're right. A defensive player like me would really do really well in this.
Uh-huh. As I said, this is a very unique game where, in that sense, where it's just like you can be as defensive as all you can, and you'll still wait it for everyone.
I think one of my little fears for Battlefront is that, at least my recollection of playing Battlefront 1, was that if you're playing like an engineer or one of those kind of like types of classes, you weren't all that useful, and you usually just ended up getting killed. And I think that's one of my fears, that Battlefront 3 doesn't balance it, where you can play alternate types of playstyle rather than just running and gunning.
Splatted.
I like the whole just zipping up the side of the walls and stuff like that.
Yeah, I find it the way BL handles it is actually really good.
Yeah. But it's one of those things where I like games where I can tell that yes, you can play defensive or you can play assist, and you'll do just as well. And this game really kind of has that going for it.
I think it favors it. I think it actually flat out favors the defensive. Yeah. Like for those who go for the rush down, like gung ho, Call of Duty style, I think they're gonna play themselves like losing 9 times out of 10.
Yeah, it's really difficult to Rambo in this game because what are you gonna do? You're just dumping the bow.
Unless you Rambo the other guys from doing other stuff.
True.
Well, the defensive guys, you're still doing stuff for the defensive though. At the end of the day.
Mm-hmm. Now, alternatively, there could be alternate modes where maybe playing the Rambo style would be more useful, but for Turf War, it seems to be very much play defense, get control of as much territory as possible before time runs out, and that's something where someone like me could really be excelling because that's how I am. I'm this kind of OCD, no alternate paint color may be seen.
Ooh, pink team now. I'm on the pink team.
Oh wow, that was really close. Because there's been certain times where just a team has really dominated, but that one is both 42.7 versus 42.
Oh, hello! Nintendo just posted something.
Oh, what did they got?
Nintendo Global Testfire has been extended till 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. We apologize for any connection issues experienced earlier in the day.
Yeah, they did exactly what I said they would probably do if the initial connections weren't working. They were going to extend it an hour.
Yeah, but they at least acknowledge it now, so that's good.
Yeah, it seems like they could have posted that, a good 25 minutes ago, so that people would know that it's being continued.
Yeah, but hey, we got started just as they said it, like 25 minutes before. So that I say that. So I say no harm done.
I think the only thing that seems kind of boring about this, I know it's a demo, it's just one map over and over again.
Yeah, and I heard that also too. The problem with the game is that the main game is that it's just turf wars. But then again, what else can you do?
Yeah, it's not an easy. Like I said, it's not a game that lends itself to a storyline. The Call of Duties, yes, the multiplayer is the same multiplayer it's always been, and they do minor tweaks to the graphics. It's not a huge change, but at least with the modern warfare stuff, you can do a lot of different, military what-if stories. World War II had a lot of stories and battles you could work with. Things along those lines. But when you're a bunch of, weird, squiddy people trying to, paint the world,
No!
it's not...
Well, you're trying to fight against the octopus people.
Yeah, but it's not really... There's only so much story you can do with that because your mode of play is very limited.
Yeah, that's true. That's what I'm saying. It's like, in this case of the problem of the game that I see, it's like there is no other way you can. What else can you do other than death? There is no such thing as death. Deathmatch does not lend itself pretty well to a game like this.
No,
that's all I'm trying to say.
I think story for this is kind of like story in Titanfall, where the whole premise was essentially extended tutorial.
Yeah, pretty much.
And then everything you're going to do is the meat of the game is the multiplayer, which I hope they have enough map variety to make that a little more interesting.
Yeah, I heard that's one of the good things is that they have a lot of variety at least. So there's a lot of good maps. I'm very sure too. There's a project. I'm pretty sure after looking at this and seeing how the reception is, I'm pretty sure that they're gonna start on the DLC and stuff like that as well.
Yeah. But at least Nintendo is generous with their DLC.
Yep.
One of the things I actually really do like about how Nintendo handles things.
You pay $5, you get $20 worth of DLC.
Yeah, or half the time they're like, hey, here's a free thing just because we're nice today.
Or here,
whoa! Bad guys, good guys. I do dig that. I mean, they destroyed you, but, I like the fact that it says bad guys, good guys. I find that funny.
Alright, time to get back on the winning side of the tracks.
activate that OCD, man.
Yeah. Although it doesn't look like you're keeping your same team. It looks like whoever your random loadouts are on this. So you could either just get people who are really, really competent, or you get really dumb Rambo people who are just charging into enemy base for no reason. When clearly the premise is paint as much of the territory as possible, who cares about the enemy base? I mean, unless there's something in this game I don't know, like, oh, if you paint over their respawn point, it takes them twice as long to respawn or something, then, okay, that would be useful for the Rambo guy to go and do that. But as far as I know, that's not a rule.
Well, no, it's like, and I think too, the respawn point, I don't think it matters. I think it's like, it's just a matter of, like, who covers what at the end of the day.
Mm-hmm.
Haha, splatted. Oh no!
You. Connections. It's one of those weird things where I can hear you playing and my screen, my video is just froze. Raid. Gail's having fun. I gotta reset.
Sorry.
Not again.
no.
Not your fault. It's my connection's been kind of funky the last couple hours. Which I mean, just to put things into context, is so I lost internet connection for almost a day, a little more than that actually. But it had little sporadic times that it was working because the node that was near us burned out. So they had to repair that and get it kind of running again. And we still get little hiccups here and there. See, now it's running perfectly fine, as you might want to know the difference, but just had to reset the stream. Oh great, now I'm yawning. Go good guy team. I'm rooting for you, because Miguel is on your team.
I think we won. It's a close call, but I think we won. Yeah!
Hey,
Alright, I'm gonna
This thing kind
race
of needs like a
and
mini
switch
map so
weapons
you can
and try
know
out
where to
different
go
weapons.
if you need to fill in locations.
Alright, I'm gonna try out
Because they show
different
one when you win, it shows it right there in the background. Yeah, it's pretty good dominance right there.
Yep. Alright, I'm switching weapons. The most turf to win.
Oh, you know what they could kind of do for a storyline thing? Is just do something really over the top and silly, like when they released the Risk factions. You had all the different really weird. You had the cat country, and you had the human country, and you had the zombie country, the robot country, and stuff like that. And just so you could make a story really over the top of all these different nations basically battling each other. I think if they'd made a variety of species that you could play as, I mean, obviously for the demo that wouldn't be really a good idea, but for the story mode and stuff, and then possibly even for multiplayer, where it's oh, you can play as the squid people and they do this, or you can play as the dog people and they do this, and you'd still have to have the same kind of gameplay, but at least you could put together a story, that would intertwine all these weird little groups and why they'd be battling each other and what.
By the way, Miguel, with that weapon, it's preferred that you shoot in a straight line.
Yeah, well.
Miguel's nickname is Spray and Pray for a reason.
I'm just saying. I shouldn't be backseat gaming. It's just I've seen all the weapons in action. It's like I'm giving you hints. Use them.
And I'm kidding, folks. Miguel's nickname is not Spray and Pray. He's usually pretty accurate in his games. Man, I'm so tempted to grab Hometown Story. No! My video cut out again. How dare you, Twitch? How dare you? Alright, then I'm gonna exit out of Twitch since Twitch is not wanting to cooperate.
I'm gonna say, I'm not a big fan of this long range.
Yeah, it seems like people seem to be, a lot of people are focusing on the roller, so you just gotta be sitting on a perch somewhere sniping people, and you're not gonna really add a lot to your team other than hopefully holding off enemy forces while they paint everything, which seems really kind of boring to me, and yet I have friends who are really good snipers in games like that and do precisely that.
We won! Huzzah!
I'd rather be a little slightly more proactive.
Alright, time to go with a different weapon, because this one wasn't so, hot. Let's try the roller. See how the roller goes. Squid jump.
Yay.
Battle time. Alright. Turf War. Looks like so far it's only been the 2 stages. The oil rig and the warehouse.
Yeah. It's a demo, so I can't imagine they'd have
Oh wow,
more
I
than
think
2
it's a whole
stages,
team
maybe
of
a third
rollers.
one
Yep,
they
it's a
just
whole team
haven't
of
been lucky enough
rollers.
to stumble across, but I doubt it.
It's a whole team of rollers. My goodness.
You picked a good team then.
Oh, man. I've read too many poorly written articles. No one knows what grammar is anymore. We don't have time for it in our world. LOL.
I got splatted. Spider shot.
That's a game? They made that weird sound. That wasn't me. Was it you?
It wasn't me. I heard it. formatting in this is giving me a headache.
Roller was. Alright, Splatter Shot Junior.
Man, this just rambles.
Turf
Well,
War.
just like, I'm reading another article that was sent to me that's kind of associated into the ring of things that I'm working on, and it was someone's general, like, semi-counterpoint to Ramsey's article, but I'm, like, reading it, and the formatting is god-awful. And I don't know if that's just because how my browser's viewing it, but when, you're on Firefox and the formatting of your article is not done properly, it just gives me a headache. And it just rambles in really weird directions, to which I'm like, does this have a point? Because I feel like I've been reading this for paragraphs already, and I have no idea what your point is. I'm not going to say who wrote this or anything like that, because I don't want to, insult anyone on this video, other than the people I insulted when we were making jokes. Man, it hits like every subject for like 2 sentences, and then moves on to something else. It is so incoherent. That's the word I'm looking for. Incoherent.
I think I have an idea who you're talking about.
Yeah, you probably saw the link, because it should have been linked as a direct counterpoint to you.
Yeah. That's like, that's all. So, that's why it's like, yeah,
I gotta, I think halfway through this, but holy crap. Yours, Ramsey's, yes, you had some grammar issues with yours that I was like, oh, Ramsey's, have someone spell check. But yours made sense. Yours was a proper counterpoint that said, point A, response. Point B, response. Point C, response. Point D, response. This just wanders all over the map. I'm like, the hell are you talking about? I can't tell if this guy is butthurt about something, or if he's like one of those let's all be friends and hug people. I'm like, you can choose one or the other. You can be enraged, or you can be let's all be friends, but you can't be both at once. And this guy has a weird both at once thing.
I also let me in a little secret. If it's who I think it is, he's going for the latter.
The let's all be friends.
Yes.
Yeah, I think that's where he's going to. But holy crap, is he meandering his way there?
Oh yeah.
Take an effing English 101 class at your local JC, people. It's not that hard to write an essay. It has a simple structure. You have a opening paragraph that explains what you're going to talk about. You then have your paragraphs that are what you're talking about. And then you have a very concise closing that essentially says, due to the evidence I have shown, X, Y, Z. Done! This fucking meanders everywhere. And I'm like, dude, fucking choose one point and go with it. Even when writing articles like this, because, no, especially when writing articles, this is essentially an essay, people. This is essentially what you're writing. An article and an essay are like brothers. One brother is much more stick up his butt than the other brother, but they're both brothers. They both do the same thing. It's introduction, supporting evidence, conclusion. So, when you read any article I've written, you can find that exact same style. Any article Scarlett has written, exact same style. The article you wrote, Ramses, that exact same style. And then this guy just meanders to a point that I'm like, man, if I was your teacher, I'd have to give you an F on this, because clearly you need to go back to 101 or something and learn the basics of writing essays.
Well, now I feel very, very, very.
Well, You get a C for your grammar, Ramses. But
Okay,
at
so
least you follow
obviously,
proper
so far
structure.
for I am seeing.
Yeah, so,
No, I wanted to go back. So far from what I'm looking at is a team is very successful if you have at least a roller and a couple of the other guys.
Oh man, you know what this game would need? Like clan support or what have you, so we could actually have our own like group, and then if possible, freaking mics, because then it's just like okay, Bill,
no mics,
Steve,
no mic
you,
support.
Bill, you're
No
a
group support, no mic, no group support, no mic support.
I know, and
That's why.
unfortunate, 'cause I
That's
want,
why
like,
you set up a
if we
Skype.
all own we use, I
And
want to have a
Jared,
team secret
Jared,
stage.
Ramses,
that
that's why you
our
set up a
fans,
Skype
all, like, three of them
community.
could join in with our clan. We could have 6 people.
And that's why you
Be
set
awesome.
up. That's why you set up a Skype community.
That's true. We'd have to have a Skype going because we need like 2 rollers, a sniper, and then someone who has a miscellaneous weapon that can be just as useful for other things.
It's either gonna be Splattershot and Splattershot Junior.
Yeah.
Oh wow, I'm experiencing some actual lag now.
Well, it's coming close to the end, so maybe they're starting to shut stuff down or something.
Is it already 5?
It's quarter till.
Cool.
Yeah, I know what this guy's going for now that I'm about halfway through this article. Like, he's going for the whole, hey, stop being so protected, be more inclusive, blah, 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 but there's such a better way of doing this.
Oh wow, I got completely bombed. Wait, what? I
These are the
that might
same
have been a
people who
delayed
do
bomb.
the whole, like, hey, don't insult a girl for putting up slutty cosplay pictures online. And I'm like, no, we can, because you're doing a disservice to the character and to the medium. Which is why eventually I'm going to do my article, she's a character, not a fleshlight. Because I'm getting this, like, general sickness of, one, how certain characters have been ruined because the fandom, like, oversexes the characters, which then causes the creators to oversex the characters. Cough, cough, Harley Quinn, cough, cough. But not only that, but it leads to this thing of, like, the only cosplayers that matter are the girls who are showing their boobs. And here's the thing. If I want to see boobs, the internet is chock full of porn. It is. In fact, you can find porn without even looking for it on the internet. You can put some random thing into Google, and one of the 5 first things you will have on there will be a porn site. So, it's not one of those things where I'm, like, in desperate search of naked women, or even partially naked women, because the internet exists. So, the sexy cosplay means nothing to me, because I can find women with less clothing, and hotter women in, like, sexier outfits. So, sorry, why look at an 8 dressed like Harley Quinn when I can look at, like, a 10 in, like, tight body.
Latex.
Damn it.
Oh, cool!
Tight lingerie, tight sexy lingerie.
Job.
You know, I could find that. I could find a 10 wearing lingerie, so why do I need a 7 dressed as Harley Quinn? And, like, the horrible slutty, like, modern Harley Quinn. I mean, if it was an 8 dressed like Timverse Harley Quinn, that would be freaking amazing. Of course, you wouldn't tell that she's an 8 because she'd be completely covered, but it'd still be awesome. But no, we can have, like, weird dominatrix slut Harley Quinn that we've had in, like, the modern days. It's good, too. We can have really gaudy shorts and corset, like, New 52 version. That's great.
What about Suicide Squad movie Harley Quinn?
Oh god, what was the description one person used? Roller derby Harley Quinn, and I'm like, yeah, she looks like she's like some sort of roller derby girl.
Well, that's been the MO for, like,
God, that movie looks terrible.
What?
Suicide Squad.
But Will Smith!
Everything they're revealing from that looks really bad.
But Jared, Will Smith is in it. And anything that has a
Yes.
that Will Smith is in can't be bad.
Like, After Earth. He welcomed us to After Earth. We saw how well that worked out. I'm sure Will Smith will do it. It's Will Smith doing an action movie, and he'll do great. Though I get the feeling that the script has been kind of shifted, especially considering certain actors have left. to be very pro Will Smith. As the,
Actually, from according to rumors, it was like that from the very beginning, and that's what made people leave.
yeah, and that's never a good sign for a production. When basically one actor decides to diva out and everyone decides to placate him, yeah, that doesn't end well. There are plenty of like later movies from oh shoot, what's his name? The guy from The Godfather.
Francis Ford Coppola.
No, not the director. The star of the original. Why is my mind blanking on
Marlon Brando.
Brando. There's a lot of late Brando movies where he just diva'd out and they placated him because he was Marlon Brando, and the stories.
I know Dr. Monroe.
Well, Dr. Monroe is one of those, but. And there's a lot of
Great
stuff
example.
that come out. It's a great example, and there's a documentary about how messed up that all got. But a lot of
Him
those
and
movies,
him and Val Kilmer, as a matter of fact.
well, Val Kilmer was just insane, and I like Val Kilmer for his insanity. So I let that slide. Plus, he's Moses. He gets his slide in my book. Him and Charlton Heston can do no wrong because they've both been Moses.
Anyways, keep going.
But the point is, when you do that kind of stuff, it causes a lot of. Not only does it cause friction on set, but then it changes things. The dialogue of Dr. Moreau is a great
There's
example
actually a force field that you can't get into the opposing.
The original script supposedly was very accurate to the book. They decided, no, screw that. Marlon Brando doesn't want to get out of his chair, so now we're just going to rewrite stuff for him to always be sitting and then die halfway through the movie.
And then he has like a little midget person.
Yeah, and his weird little midget person. That movie is strange. I saw that in theaters, and I remember just coming out confused. I almost want to see it again, just for the whole this movie can't be as bad as I remember it being. But I just watched the How Did This Get? I just listened to the How Did This Get Made coverage on it, and I'm like, oh, maybe it was. Maybe it's worse than I remember. I remember it just being weird and nonsensical, but maybe it's just really terrible. But when you do those kinds of placation things, it never ends well. And even if it's a director, like Superman 2 kind of has some of those behind-the-scenes stories when they replaced the original director with the guy who ended up finishing the movie because they wanted it to be more lighthearted than the original darker vision that was from the original script. And you can find in the Richard Donner cut has a lot of the darker tones kept in there. They wanted it to be more lighthearted, and that led to the really god-awful Superman 3, but there are stories that come off that set of the director just being a dick to the stars because he was like, I'm the real star. And hell, heck, talking about someone being a dick to the stars, friggin' Christopher Reeves is supposed to be a real dick as well and have a huge ego, and it caused a lot of problems on set. So whenever that happens, it's always problematic, and considering how god-awful Man of Steel is, I'm not holding my breath for Batman vs. Superman, nor am I holding my breath for Suicide Squad. I am just waiting to see the train wrecks. Because basically DC right now is doing what Marvel is doing, but they're doing it in fast forward, which is causing a lot of problems. Marvel is having their own problems because they're trying to use everything to promote the next thing instead of tell a good story. And that's very problematic, and that will implode eventually. I mean, that's why stuff like Daredevil can kind of get by, because they have, and Agent Carter are better just because they're not promotion vehicles.
But then again, you have Age of Ultron that's just, oh my god.
Which is a promotion vehicle.
Yep.
It's, hey, we need to promote the next movie for all these characters, so let's just make sure to hint some stuff there. Oh, don't forget about the Infinity Gems. Oh, Joss Whedon threw a hissy fit, so now we have to have Quicksilver and Scarlet Witch in here for a few minutes.
Hey, well, and don't forget, we just got Spider-Man, so we got to put Spider-Man in there
Spider-Man
somewhere.
doesn't make any kind of cameo stuff in Age of Ultron that I know of.
Not yet. No, he doesn't.
I thought it was in the end credits.
Unless there's some deleted scene or some...
No, I can confirm it.
Yeah. So, they'll start... I assume Spider-Man will start making more kind of appearance stuff, probably in the TV series.
Well, no, they already confirmed that he is set to appear in
Civil War.
In Civil War.
Civil War is really worrying me. I loved Cap 2, and then I'm looking at here's Captain America 3, Avengers 2.5.
Well, technically, and Jared, I know both of us read the Civil War arc. Spider-Man was a big integral part to the Civil War arc, wasn't he?
Well, dude, Spider-Man kicks Cap's ass and cleans his shield for a short time before going like, I'm just gonna web this to a wall and you can get it when you come back, Cap. I loved that scene. We're just like, yeah, Spider-Man would beat Cap if we went all out. Plus, Iron Spider suit helps too. But if he went all out against Cap, if he actually take back, if Spider-Man went all out against most Marvel heroes, he would win. It's this that Peter Parker's kind of a sissy that way, and he always holds back. It's just what he does because he has to fight people, even villains. So when Spider-Man doesn't hold back, he can devastate people. I mean, that was kind of why they did the black suit thing back in the late 80s, early 90s. Because it's just like, well, if he ceases holding back, this is the problem. That's the reason I really liked Kane's Scarlet Spider storyline, because I liked the fact of a Spider-Man who didn't hold back against anybody. It made it much more cool, much more intense, and you realize that, like, people keep forgetting it's proportional strength of a spider, and for how small they are, what spiders can do is quite impressive. So Spider-Man is a hell of a lot stronger than most people give him credit for. And if you want to say there's anything that Dan Slott did right with Superior and even with the kind of current run, is he remembers that Spider-Man is really strong. To the point that he can severely hurt people and, hell, kills people as a Superior.
Oh, yeah.
Because that's what would happen if you had that super strength and didn't care about holding back. Now, I mean, there's certain people who, in the main Marvel, in the main Avengers lineup that I think could beat him down. I think just from attrition, Tony Stark could win. Because laser beams and stuff. I think Wolverine would give Spider-Man a run for his money. But I mean, it's proven he can beat Cap, and he could beat Cage, and he could beat Iron Fist, and he could beat, Captain Marvel might be able to kick his ass. I think anyone who flies would have a distinct advantage against Spider-Man. Then again, he's taken out a lot of flying enemies. I mean, Green Goblin, flyer. Hobgoblin, flyer. Vulture is a flyer. So he's had a couple of flying enemies. He has some experience with that. Of course, two of those characters were older people, and one of the characters was just insane. So, if you had a sane, well-groomed tactical person battling against him, it might be different. So, I think Carol could beat Spider-Man. I think just between her Kree powers and her tactical knowledge from being in the military, I think she'd be able to beat him.
Oh, by just a little bit. Well,
I already guessed I've gone into like my rant of who could win Spider-Man in a fight. Okay, I'm sidetracking what I was trying to say. What I'm trying to say is I'm really worried about Captain America 3 just because it feels like it's going to be a cluster. And the problem is when you try to take a year-long event and squeeze it into one movie,
I think
doesn't
we have
seem like
time
a good
for
idea
one more
unless
round.
you just take a small basis of the event. Like, I'm going to hate the fact I'm using this as an example. Dark Knight Rises takes takes a lot from Nightfall, but does it really terribly, so let's not talk about that part. But they do a little bit of No Man's Land in there. Just taking the general idea of Gotham becoming an isolated location where no one's allowed to leave. Gotham as an isolated location, as it was done in the No Man's Land event, is a great idea. But trying to turn No Man's Land, a year-long event, into a movie would be insane. Because there's way too much stuff to cover, you'd cut so much out, there's a lot of characters that they probably just don't even want to take the time to cast for the movie. I mean, the same thing with Civil Wars. There's a lot of characters who are not going to show up. Either for licensing reasons, like Cable, or because introducing them would just be a pain in the ass. Goliath. So,
let's not forget Wolverine.
How about freaking Ragnarok? Ragnarok's not going to show up.
Also, Jared, Wolverine, because Wolverine was a big part of the Civil War story arc too.
Yes, he was. He was hunting down Nitro.
Yeah. Because it's all,
and then he teams up with some Atlanteans.
But because
it
was
Fox.
Fox.
It's a pretty cool little storyline going on. I just love Tony trying to convince the X-Men to help him out. I love that. That's just Tony was wearing his balls outside his armor that day. Hey guys, our law is totally based off the Mutant Registration Act, and since all of you are now officially registered, you should totally join up on my side. Tony, get off our property before we kill you. Oh guys, what are you guys being playing haters for? What'd I do? You have our names, our identities, our entire livelihoods of our entire race in a computer somewhere. Computers that are often connected to sentinels. So sorry if we're feeling a little touchy about this. Oh, come on, even you...
Not just that, we're like, there's only 199 of us left.
Yeah.
At the time.
Yep.
Like, we already are extinct as is. You're gonna further put us in danger? Don't let your ass get hit by the door when you get out there.
And then you see some dickish mutants, like freaking Bishop is like, I'll join the registered side. I'm like, of course you will, Bishop. You're just a dick. But whatever team needs a total dick, it'll always be Bishop showing up going, I'll join you. Freaking Bishop. I want one story where Bishop is not a dick.
Let's go back to the 90s.
Yeah, really? But he was just stupid.
Yeah.
But at least he wasn't a dick. Gotta go back to blue uniform Bishop, not green uniform Bishop. I know time travel will mess you up, but come on, Bishop, stop being a dick.
Well, that's sad. Throw along the lines of, like, you're trying to prevent a lot of this stuff, and now you're kind of accelerating a lot of this kind of issue.
Yeah. It's the reason I always loved any time where Cable and Bishop would run into each other. I'm trying to make the future better. No, you're not! You're ruining everything. I'm from a further future than you, dumbass. You're just causing more problems. So, yeah, there's obviously a lot of little side stories and stuff they'll have to cut from this. And I don't even think they're going to do the Connecticut bomb storyline at all. I don't think that's even going to appear. I think it'll be something else.
Well, what I hear, a lot of it has to do with them being in South Africa.
Is it just to do more Wakanda stuff? Because I know that that's like the climax of Age of Ultron is just let's blow up Wakanda.
Well, that's actually like you know, like 2/4 of the way. But it's like the second big. It's like if there was in 4 acts, that'd be like Act 2.
Oh, okay, so it's still fairly early in the movie where they blow up Wakanda.
Well, no, they don't blow it up. It's more like Hulk just goes on a rampage. By the way, I'm spoiling it. I'm spoiling the movie right here.
Screw it. It's been out for a month.
I think this might be the last. I think this might be the last one. It's already 5:02.
Yeah, 5:02. This is the last. This is you're done.
Unless it just cuts out right in the middle of your match, but it's probably the last match.
Yeah, but as I say, they're better movies at this point. I saw Mad Max. Holy fucking shit!
I really want to see that. Everyone has said nothing but positive. And it's done by like the original director and stuff too, so I'm like,
oh yeah,
cool.
Communication error occurred.
Yeah, there you go.
That's it. Demo's done.
That got pretty awesome. Plus it turned into me and Ramses ranting about Marvel. So clearly this was a good episode.
Oh yeah.